Today I just realised an easier way to put this piece in a Victa carburetor. What you do is you get this piece here in the throttle assembled, and you have the like the little ball on the wire just about there. Then you put this in. You put that. You get that to go in. There we go, that's in. Then you slide it around until you see the ball through that little hole. You can see it through that hole there. And now if you just push it down, it goes in. Before, what I used to do was have the throttle hooked up and have this wire coming out and up, and then I had to sort of put it in there, then twist it around, and it was just a big mess. But that's a lot easier to do. And you can see that works, and that took all of 20 seconds to do instead of a minute or. And it was really frustrating before because you didn't want to break it or bend it, so that's just a little hint to put that back on. Now when I fix the engine and put the carburetor back on, I take the whole engine off the base. Makes it so much easier because you can actually like get in here and put these kill wires in the kill switch, and you can clean all the dust off it, and also it makes it a hell of a lot easier to clean the base. So yeah, I just find it easier and it takes a bit longer, but saves so much messing about and frustration. And if you've got one of these rattle guns with an air compressor, it'll take the base off in a couple of minutes, if that. I'll be fixing this Victa 18 in this video. First I just test for compression. So keep it well, I guess it's got compression because it pulled the whole engine up. Yeah, I'll just try and find a model number on it. I think it's down this side here. Yep, that's it. It is AA22930, and under that there's a C. And I'll take the spark plug out and have a look at that. I'll actually just see if there's fuel in here. I think there is, but I think it's really old, and yep, there's even fuel in there, and you can. That smells really bad, so I probably won't even use that fuel tank. Maybe I'll just clean it up, but I'll keep it obviously. But yeah, that fuel's been sitting in there for a long time. I'll just take the spark plug out and test for that now. I've just taken the spark plug out, and that's it there. It's a NGK B4ES. I'll put it in the little, in its little holder thing, to see if it's got a spark. Okay, I've got the spark plug sitting there. I'll give it a pull and see if I can see if it's got a spark. I didn't see one, but I'll give it another pull. Hopefully the magneto on this thing isn't broken, but oh yep, that's got a spark, so that's good. So hopefully I'll be able to get this going. Next, what I'll do is I'll take this thing here off the carburetor. That's pliers. Just so I can get the carburetor up to my bench. Okay, and now to get that off, the carburetor off, it looks like it's got a nut. That nut there. I'll just undo that and the carburetor should slide right off. Okay, I've got the carburetor up to my bench, and you can see to undo it from the engine, I just undid that little screw there, which undid this little circular clip. There's the fuel tickler. You push that down to let fuel into the bowl area. That's where the fuel goes in. You can probably see that it's not controlled. The throttle's not controlled by a butterfly. It's controlled by a it's like a I'm not sure what it is yet because I haven't seen it, but it just goes up and down. I can't make it up and down. I'm not going to be able to do it anyway. Oh, it just came out then. That's what controls the rate of flow into the engine, that little cylinder there, and that's connected to the throttle, so when you accelerate that just goes up and down, which that controls the fuel. So I'll undo this next and see what it's like in there. Okay, I undid this. In here I'll just empty it onto the bench. This is all the bits that was in there. I can probably even get more out if I use a bit of fuel and the compressed air, but all that stuff there was just in there. You can see that's the float, that just slips right off. That's just a hollow piece of brass, and you can see that just there's the needle to get the fuel into the carb. Probably pick that up. I don't want to break it. And that's the other side of the tickler, that thing. So you can see that pushes the float down to let fuel in, and that little hole there lets it out, so you know that the the float chamber is full of fuel. So what I'll do is I'll take that needle out and probably soak the whole thing in petrol to give it a clean, then use the air compressor, and then it'll probably go back together. And you can see this is so simple. There's nothing to it really. So yeah. The carburetor is totally dismantled now. I've taken out this piece here. This went down the middle of there, and that sucked up the fuel into the venturi and all that. What else? I had to remove this little screw here from that hole there, and that stopped it coming up because it jammed in one of these holes. So this carburetor is so simple. I've actually run out of fuel to clean it with, so yeah, I have to go and get some, I guess. Okay, now that I've got some fuel, I'll put them in this tin, so I'll just swish them around a little bit, and then I'll get them out and blow them out with the air compressor. So I'll do that now. Okay, firstly on the carburetor, this piece here went in, and it goes in and up through there, and you can see that it's just going to come out there. There we go. That's in like that. Oh, okay, also got to make sure that you put this thing around it like that before you do it. So it's like that. Then I think, which piece came in now? The little locking screw there, and that'll go into a. You can see that in that hole there's a corresponding hole in here, so this little screw goes in that to lock it in place, so I'll put that in now. Okay, now that's in place, you can see down there there's a hole right in the middle which you can see the bench through, and to the left of that there's like it's like a sort of ramp thing into that screw there. Follow it around and you can see that it goes into that little ramp thing. So that's what holds this in place. So next, the next piece that went in was this piece here, and it went all the way in there. It just screwed straight in. So I put that in. Okay, I got that screw in there, but I realised that I needed to put this needle here under that little flappy part before I put it in. So I have to undo that screw just in there, slide this up, and then put that needle in first. So I forgot to do that, but oh well, that won't take long. Okay, now I got the needle under there. You can probably see it. Yep, you can see it there. So as the float moves up and down, it'll push on that piece there, on this piece here, which will move that needle in and out to let fuel in and out of the float chamber. So assembling the float's pretty easy. That's it there. It looks identical, so I can't see there'd be a problem putting it on anyway, but sometimes they're different. So that just slides on like that. Then you get this, that just fits up neatly there, and then do up the screw. So I'll do that, and then be putting the throttle back together, which shouldn't be too hard.